Coffee cold, mine's woke. 2 mics, 1 code. Yeah, yeah. Scrolling through the chaos, headlines loud, hearts numb. Then I hear that drip talk, cutting through the hum. Gem with the side eye, true stain with the data in his cup. They don't just gas up dreams, they show you how to level up. Oh, from the hustle to the headlines, from the culture to the grind. Every angle, every timeline, they lace and never waste your time. Welcome to the daily drip. Let it run, let it run, let it hit. Oh, tech and politics, stacking common sense. Turn it up, feel it in your chest. Clicking, let your future flip like describe your own ascent. Every gem, every take, every tip. Oh, yeah. They make it make sense. Yeah. I'm tired from the doom feed, faith in rent thick algorithm playing mind games, selling you the same quick fix. Then I catch that real talk about credit scores and crypto slips. Union fights and AI rights, and why your boss be talking slick. Left lane, right lane, truth rides in the same frame. If it's cap, they call names. If it's facts, they fan flames. Oh yeah. Welcome to the daily drip. Let it run, let it run, let it run, let it hit. Tech and politics, stacking common sense. Turn it up, feel it in your chest. Click in, let your future flip like describe your own ascent. Every gem, every take, every tip. Yeah, they make it make sense. Yeah. From your side gig to your 9 to 5, from the group chat to the bottom line. There's a late night guide through the glitch and grind. If you listen close, you gon' change your life. Change your life. Welcome to the daily drip. Let it run, let it run, let it run, let it hit. Hey, tech and politics, stacking common sense. Turn it up, feel it in your chest. Click in, let your future flip like describe your own ascent. Every gem, every take, every tip. Our daily drip, they make it make sense.
Welcome to another show of our Daily Drip Show. It's me, your co-host, Jim Jones. I'm in the building. Thank y'all for pulling up while you're here. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button. We appreciate you pulling up. We, as in me and my co-host, shout out to my brother, Plain Dane. Say hello to the people, Plain Dane.
What up? What up? Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you again for joining us. Today's been a very eventful day. I'm happy you guys get to hop on this train with us one time. Another Friday, another show. It's going to be a good one, too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, y'all. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Jim Jones. I'm pulling up the hostess with the most to give you a little bit of that tech and a little bit of that female perspective. Along with me is Plain Dane. He's coming in to give y'all some of that risk aversion along with male perspective. This is my brother. Appreciate him. And in the back, we got the producer who's coming through to sprinkle a little bit of that drip when we need to. And since y'all have not seen my face, how y'all doing?
So say she high today.
I know. So we're going to go ahead and just get into it. We got people in here. Drop some drip in the chat. Let us know where y'all from. Shout out to y'all who said hello in here. I missed somebody's name. Bosma, shout out to you for being in the chat. We appreciate you. So let's go ahead and get into our first thing. We are not going to start with President Trump yet. We're going to start with Washington. Washington is broke and playing hooky. So we're going to get a little bit into both of those. So if y'all have, anybody in the United States has seen that we've had some government shutdowns here, there, and everywhere. And typically when this happens, Senate don't take no pay cuts. They pull up when they want to. We need a vote so we can have people get paid at TSA, get paid in public services. And they're like, I'm on vacation. You know who ain't gonna be on vacation if you ain't getting paid? So apparently, Senate is vote to withhold their own pay in future shutdowns. Drop some drip in the comments. Let us know if y'all agree with this. I hate that this did that, but drop some drip in the comments. Let us know if y'all agree with this. Do you think this is past due? Do you think that this is helpful? Or do you think that this is just a charade? Because midterms are coming up and everybody wants to be the good person. I don't want to say the good guy because that might get you in a little bit of trouble, but let's hear what they got to say about this.
Passed a measure to withhold their own pay during future government shutdowns.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say no. The ayes appear to have it.
The resolution passed by voice vote and would block senators from getting paid whenever a shutdown affects one or more agencies. But like federal employees, they would get back pay once the government reopens.
That's fair.
Sponsor, Republican Senator John Kennedy, says the measure is about, as he put it, putting our money where our mouth is. Set to take effect after the midterms and does not apply to members of the House.
Drop a drip in the comments. Do y'all think that this is warranted? Also, if you ain't hit that like button, go ahead and do that. But y'all think this is warranted? They made it for after the midterms. Strategic. That doesn't mean that doesn't impact how you feel about the midterms. Plain Dane, what you think about that?
Shit, long overdue. I mean, if you don't work, you don't eat. That's the way I look at it. Why not? Why not? I mean, got work to do. It's too much going on for folks to be on some, we gonna shut it down and all. No, yeah. No. Don't. No. If you're not showing up to work, you don't eat. Because you're getting, I mean, it's our taxpayer dollars at work. So shit, we can keep some, we can pocket that money. We can keep it and put it somewhere else if folks don't want to shut down government.
I mean, I think that it works if it's in theory. Do you think really, what's the percentage of senators and House members that really care about that check?
That's the other part too.
Yeah,
shit,
like let's
half
be
of them
real.
already,
and they gonna
half
get back
already
pay.
up anyways. They already
And they
up
gonna get
anyway.
back pay. And they gonna get back pay.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is it's how many of them will be actually missing that check?
Yeah.
I mean, because allegedly.
Well, the new House members, if you're new and you're coming in, right, you're going to be missing that check because now you just got here. I just got this money versus somebody who's been had that money and actually getting other money.
Yeah, our typical friend across the aisle that's already sitting on 40 million, he not tripping. He got that pack money. He's like, y'all can pack it up. I got pack money. I got
pack
it.
money. You got golf money. You got free meals that you know when you go back home anyway. Yeah, speaking engagement, speaking fees. Come on now.
And I can go have my prostate checked at the cost of nothing. I can do what I want to do. Y'all voted me here. I'm here. So no, they not tripping. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, yeah, I'm just saying it makes a statement, but the rhinos is not, they don't care. They've been had that bread. So they like, all right. They the main one saying, shut it down. Turn the lights off. They the main one screaming that. So got a point there, definitely.
Well, let's bring a little more drip. Let's talk about, okay, let's put it in terms of the normal person's job, right? Like you said, if you don't go to work, you don't get paid no way. A lot of people, you got a probationary period. It could be a week, 90 days, 6 months. They don't even let you take time off work, right? You can't take off. If you don't go to work, or if you get paid commission, my people who get paid on commissions and tips, y'all, I know y'all ain't got no sympathy for this, but let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about Congress is calling off work entirely. If you or I called out and off of work as much as they did, we might be living in a cardboard box, but they have the ultimate quiet quitting setup. So let me tell you about it. Let's go ahead. Let's get to it so y'all can see just a little bit what I'm talking about.
Members of Congress have been missing in action. 57-year-old New Jersey Republican Tom Kane Jr. hasn't voted since March 5th because of what his office has called a personal medical issue. They also said he'd return to a full schedule and be at 100% in the near future.
It's a personal thing, and obviously I told him that we're praying for him and we need him to get back as soon as he can.
Can you run for re-election?
Of course he can.
83-year-old Florida Democrat Frederica Wilson hasn't cast a vote since April 17th. She posted on X she had undergone eye surgery, but work has not stopped for a single day. During her absence, Wilson's X account this week reposted pictures from last October without explanation, highlighting Service Academy Day in her district. House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries said he expected her back soon.
The concurrent resolution is not adopted.
Wilson's absence made sure a Thursday vote that would have limited President Trump's war powers with Iran ended in a tie. Wilson.
So, before we go further, let's address the real elephant in the room. They actually just mad because you're not there when there's a vote coming up that's important to your party. So as we look at, like, are you going to work? Keep in mind, at least for me, this doesn't say, are you going to work in the benefit of the people paying for the services, which is us, the taxpayer. It's more so, I made connections with you and you ain't here to vote the way that we thought you would. That's what I'm getting from that. What do y'all think?
It's not that. It's about voting on party lines, and some of these people, their conscience isn't going to let them vote along those lines. So we're going to let you do a mulligan then. Since we already know where you stand, how about you just stand at home before
That's
I stand
another
my foot
angle.
in your ass?
Yeah.
So no, that's what you do. Is either you whip the votes or you whip an ass. So it's one of the two. So in this case, hey, if you're gonna be out, then you out. We got Democrats who will be out. Okay, fine. Those no votes, we already knew which way they was gonna vote anyway. But at least if we at a standstill, nobody looks particularly bad, and then we hurry up and run our ass home. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So those
They got some no votes. Yeah, I mean they got 6 no votes.
Well,
over
no
there,
votes
so-
because some people aren't available. Some people are already retired. Right. So that's where you at for some of those.
No, then that goes back to, like, you should if you're not gonna be there for extended period, you don't have a job just like anybody else's job. Are you on FMLA? Like, what's going on?
If they
got
had
paperwork?
if they had one of those no votes for the nay, but it's just knowing how this math is working out. That's all that I'm getting at.
I get it. My thing is, if we go to work and somebody getting a performance plan, I don't get to just be like, dang, Jimmy, my homie. I don't want to be there when they serve Jimmy that plan. They're going to be like, you finna be in this room, we serve Jimmy this plan. Because your job is to be there when we serve him that plan.
We about to put that ass on a pip. And then we got we about to contact the people from your from your district and tell them, hey, prepare the others to vote for somebody new in because this bastard don't want to come to work.
What I really think is that people.
I hear what you're saying, though.
People getting tired of the theater. So, like his heroically, right, when they vote to withhold their own pay in future shutdowns, like it's only during the closure and only after years where rank and file workers got wrecked while Congress was still getting paid. The base salary alone is $174K, and the benefits stay untouched. Like you said, you still get to go check out your ingrown toenail or your your local STD or whatever, and it get paid for. So it's not a real pay cut. And the last big shutdown was estimated to be like a multi-billion-dollar drag on a GDP because what was shut down? Travel was shut down, security measures, our law enforcement and our defense. All that stuff was being furloughed during that time, and it never got fully made whole. So that's some bullshit. So Congress missing days, right? Let's track how often they're actually in session versus how often your job demands that you show up. Number one, calling off, like Jim Jones said. Days mean less time fixing the systems that they keep on breaking. That's immigration, that's budgets, that's healthcare. while their salary and perks keep compounding. And the bottom line of this is, if you ran your job like Congress runs theirs, your ass will be fired. Mm-hmm. Not promoted. And definitely not promoted to committee chair. Straight bull.
And hell, and you got people that's showing up to work every day and not doing shit in Congress. So
you got people showing up drunk too.
That's what I'm saying. Showing up drunk,
allegedly.
We talking about people that go to work. We're not talking about Congress in general. We talking about
okay. I thought people all right, just making sure.
No, I'm just saying it's people just across the board. They showing up to work and not doing the damn thing. I be it Congress, a school teacher, whatever. It's a CEO running a company into the ground right now. I mean, just a bunch of shit going on. And all of that should be under a microscope. You being out of work is one thing, but being out of work should wake up to what your record looked like as a whole, how you've been voting, what you've been doing, what improvements have you made to your district. All of that should go under a microscope, in my opinion. A lot of the loudest people in Congress be having the worst damn districts. We won't, and this is such a, and then you go back to their district and they barely got a city hall standing.
In Congress for decades at that point.
Decades, and half the homes is boarded up in their district. Like, come on, dog.
The people that like them, right? Or know them.
That's it.
Essentially.
That's it.
You know the
That's
name.
It. I ain't gotta say nothing.
We gotta not be as lazy about this. That's all that I'm saying.
That's it.
And
that's the bottom line.
Yeah. And then if they don't stand on what they say they're gonna do, then you know what to do after that. Right. Both things.
Yeah, actually, it's a good story time. I attended a lunch like a couple days ago, and it was like a brunch that they put on for women at a place for women. And I happened to just walk by one of the. It's not the sous chef is the main chef, right? But the other people who are they prep chefs and
head
servers?
Chef is a head chef, a sous chef.
The sous chef is the prep.
Is assistant pimp.
Okay, so it wasn't either.
You got the assistant pimp, the one that be his bitch is. That's the assistant pimp.
So it was neither one of them, but it was like the server. So they were listening to the two of them, and then like the server person who was listening had to actually do the putting out and serving people and stuff like that. So I walked by after I heard them talking to him. Man, he smelled like dirty booze, baby. And I'm like, he came to work like this? Now, at first, I was like, I don't know if I want to eat, right? Because that food slapped. But the food was good. But it made me think about, I wasn't even thinking about like how you are describing this in the workplace, how many people are battling whatever and going to work. Now, to be a public servant, to me, is different than he's serving at a brunch at the job.
Well, you know how
I
many
want to
people
make sure I'm very
drunk and on that grill was throwing down? Okay.
It was great.
My uncle was drunken on that grill, and I loved it. And he poured the beer on the ribs.
Everybody drunk.
Listen.
No, that doesn't mean to burn off.
I'm just teasing.
I'd have been so damn drunk on that grill my damn self, and everybody loved the food. I'm not gonna lie to you. I cook better when I got some haul in me. Not so much these days, but yeah.
Like them food trucks y'all be going to, man, everybody in there high. But it's just
allegedly, like you said.
Allegedly. So all I'm saying is that it's interesting when you're holding people to a certain bar, right? If you're a public servant, we definitely think more of you. I just want to throw that out there because you get handpicked, essentially tapped. Hey, I think you'd be a good job representing me. Homie who was out there serving, they ain't asked me what I thought about him. They just hired him for the job. I want to make sure that we have a very clear delineation between the two. And I think many times as we talk about workplace struggles, sometimes we're judged, in my opinion, the opposite way. Like you get in a performance plan and you went through a panel of a couple people who liked you. Meanwhile, we ain't putting Congress on no performance plan. And a whole lot of people backed them, money included. I said we started putting pips. Start putting them on a pip.
The pip is voting. Okay, that's what a pip is.
That ain't no pip. That's get out of here. That ain't even
that
ain't no pip.
that's what a pip is. That's what a pip is.
There ain't no improvement. You just done. That's different.
No, I mean, if you learn your lesson and you might be able to come back with a different plan after you. There's plenty of people that have to take a hiatus and come back.
Don't come.
No, we ain't gonna call it pip. We gonna call it pop. Put their ass out the pasture. That's what we gonna call it. Pop. Vote their ass out of there. You're not invited anymore.
Speaking of not being invited anymore, that's a perfect segue. Because listen, Congress is skipping so much, they might as well just leave the country because funny enough, a lot of people are actually doing that right now. So we talking about booting people out of here. People are removing themselves. So let's talk about that. We talk a lot about immigration and essentially forcing folks out, but we really don't talk about how many people are voluntarily, as citizens, leaving themselves. So let's hear about it.
Thousands of Americans are planning their escape from the U.S. right now, moving abroad. Good. Look, I've been covering this story for 3 years now, and the numbers are just exploding. We're talking about your neighbors, people from Maryland, Virginia, all over the country, regular Americans who are done. And here's what's driving them out: healthcare costs, housing prices, the cost of living in general, and of course, the political climate, all the divisiveness. One company I talked to that helps people move abroad told me 120 people started visa applications for Portugal in just 1 month this year.
So before they continue, I also watched and read a few other things about how it's counted. So we as America do not count people who technically leave. How we get that number of who has moved are the other countries that accept Americans. So I just want to be clear on how we get that number, how that's calculated. It's, if they pulling up to, I don't know, wherever, Australia's like, hey, we got, 100,000 that pulled up to Australia in this year. So that would count as people who moved from America to Australia because they have to say, I came from here and I'm going there. So that's how they get that number. So
as a permanent citizen or as a visitor?
As someone who has considered themselves moved.
Okay, now, permanent resident getting a visa and staying past a tourist visa is what you're saying.
I don't know how other countries define that. So let me not say I understand how they define it. But if they were to be in America, we would say someone moved here because they established some level of residency, whether it's that they have dual citizenship or they even still have citizenship where they move from, but they are a resident and say, I live here. That's considered residency, is like address change, driver's license, stuff like that. That's establishing residency in the United States. I cannot speak for all of the other countries in the world. All I can say is that the way that they count it is that however they say someone has moved, that is how that's counted before we move on. I just want to make sure I can delineate, because it says that moving abroad, it was 180,000 U.S. citizens. So I just want to make sure I cleared that up. Any questions or y'all want to add anything before I hit play?
Wow.
Nope. All right, I will keep it going.
Countries are making it easier than ever. Portugal, Ireland, Greece, which, by the way, just got ranked the #1 retirement spot by one website. In Panama, you can live comfortably for about $1,800 a month. The woman helping people leave told me this isn't a trickle anymore. She predicts it's about to become a flood of Americans leaving. And the State Department can't even tell us really how many Americans have already left because they don't track it.
Correct, they don't track it.
So would you leave? What if
we don't? Yeah, we not tracking it like that. So drop some drip in the comments.
It's really like, okay, so I don't know if it's true or not, but if you're gonna be an expat and say, for instance, you rely on a Social Security check, and then you say, I'm leaving, I'm renouncing my citizenship. Do you renounce that check?
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. 90 Day Fiance. Jenny. Now, y'all know I love 90 Day Fiance. There's a lady named Jenny. She was like 60, maybe 60 plus when she married Submit. Submit is his name.
Okay, so
In
you're talking about
India.
the Indian couple. Okay,
Yes,
so
and
yeah,
she moved to
'cause I don't
India
know
to be with
names.
him, which is a whole other thing because he older than her mama baby. So she moved over there to India, and she said that her Social Security benefits were cut because she moved over there. Because you are establishing being a resident and citizen over there. So she would have to just use like her 401k or pension, stuff like that. But Social Security was limited because she is no longer in the US, was what she reported.
Which to me makes sense because you're not supplying back to the tax base. And again, like now you're completely siphoning money from what we got going on. And we got some new people coming in. Hit that like and subscribe for us. Go ahead.
Now, according to what I do see, technically they can continue receiving their benefits abroad, but non-citizens face restrictions. So I don't know what her situation is. It could also be maybe where she moved or maybe her spouse situation. But it does say that citizens who meet eligibility requirements, such as having enough work credits and meeting age or disability criteria, will get their benefits. Is what is quoted by U.S. News. I don't know what her situation is, but she was boohooing on 90 Day Fiance. Y'all go look that up.
My money. Yeah, but Americans are moving abroad, right? So you got 6-figure numbers in Americans that are bailing every year. And to call out the stat right here is 180,000 plus, right? And that ties it to the cost of living mostly, but a lot of people just like politically fatigued. So, for some, this is the only way that their skills in the US and income actually feel like a money gain. So what we talk about before, when we talk about tech, moving to quote unquote lower cost regions, right? But that might be an asset if you move to one of those regions and you're an American, right? Now you a unicorn in the game because you over there, right?
Yeah, he said $1,800 a month. And we talked about our last live stream. We talked about China. Remember, we talked about how that guy was saying, "Hey, I moved to China. I used to teach, and then I got a job out there for my skill set." So at first, we were kind of being like, this is like kind of propaganda.
No, I don't agree with it. Yeah, it is propaganda because it's brain drain. So that's what it's called. But from a money angle, if your passport buys you a 50% discount on life somewhere else, staying put is a financial choice, not a patriotic one. Is really what people are getting at here. Just me, mine. Give me mine. The law of the land is slowly eroding away, and I think the fabric of patriotism is really moving somewhere else, maybe where we don't intend.
And it be the same people that'll be calling me in less than 6 months talking about, we're making our way back. Can you find me a plan? No, I need a peep. Like, shut up. So stay your ass here. What was it?
Yeah. You wasted money, yeah.
Yeah, you just a waste of time. Like, I set up this great plan for you, and then you dipped, and now you like, yeah, we're coming back. We weren't happy. Bahrain just didn't agree with us. We're coming back. I'm like, okay, we'll bring your ass back.
Is that your expat voice right there?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
We're coming back. Bahrain didn't agree with us. We're coming back. I'm like, well, come on back. Shit. I know you. Last time we talked, you didn't have any PPOs. No, we don't. Come get this HMO and shut up. Welcome back.
That's that kind of service I know and love.
I know, right? So, so as we talk about people leaving, and we talk about people working, there's been research that say the more you care about work, the more it can burn you out. High performers at work are quietly exhausted. This is important because if you are exhausted, you're like, you know what? My solve is leaving the country. You're not alone, because Apparently, there's a connection between high engagement and high stress. The more dedicated you are to your job, the more it impacts your well-being. 50% of US and Canadian workers experienced significant stress the day they were surveyed. It's the highest rate of any region in the world. Also, they felt lonely, sadness at work, employee engagement at 31%. So people are engaged higher than the rest of the world, but they're super stressed. They care about their work and feel they don't have slack, and no one genuinely checking on them, and caring becomes its own kind of exhaustion. So what do y'all think? I think all of these things we talked about contribute to how people are just getting fed up, I guess you could say, with everything. And do y'all agree that the more you care, the more it'll burn you out? We talk about work stuff all the time, so I'm just curious. Do y'all think this is contributing overall?
I've seen it. I've seen people, high performers, burnt out, pissed off, not speaking to people, mad at the world because everybody is not moving the way they move, and they're ready to jump off a roof, for the sake of the bottom line. Have fun with that. Have fun with that. Not gonna kill me. But I see that a lot. I mean, and then you get those people that kind of like just coast, do a good job, but they coasting. I can't be mad at you all either. I mean, me, myself, personally, naturally, I'm a hard worker, but I know how to compartmentalize. So I'm not sitting there like mad at everybody because they like, you're not working the way I work. No, between the hours, certain hours of the day, I get it in. And there's some certain time after hours, I get it in. But it's not going to kill me because I'm not just, I know why I'm here. I have my purpose. You get what I'm saying? But you got some people that just want to impress folks and get nominated for certain awards. And all. Look, brother, you do what you do with your time and how you move. Kudos to you for making sure that this company remains a multi-billion-dollar industry or whomever you work for. But when you burning yourself out, we having problems compartmentalizing stuff. And that's where it gets you.
So whether you're, since we in this professional space, you're in leadership of some sort, you got middle managers, supervisors, right? That's the lower rung. Then you got your senior managers and division people, directors, you can call them. Then you start getting into VPs and then the masters of the universe who are in the C-suite.
Right.
All of that, where Damon's talking about is compartmentalization, because you can't control everybody and everything. Once you start understanding that, and you can say, okay, I give this slice to me, which is my health, my sanity, my ability to control things that I can control, you'll be a much happier person. And then you're able to zoom back out and then understand, okay, when the right person comes along and you see somebody that actually give a damn, you pour into that person. When the right opportunity comes along where the project needs you and everybody's willing and ready and able, then you can jump in when it is time. But sometimes in some work cultures, they're just not built like that, where they want somebody to call out the issue before it happened. Everybody just want to be like, yeah, we're gonna slap five, we're gonna high five, we about to crash, but let's just not talk about that part. Let's just talk about what we put in the game.
Right.
We talking about the game, not practice. A game.
Right.
And
or you got the one person acting like the damn dung beetle that just carrying the turd for the whole company on his shoulders, and it's like,
right. And then that person end up in the hospital with strokes and shit like that, unfortunately. Right?
Be the first to go. Be the first to get replaced.
And people like, well, such and such died. All right, well, who we bringing in? Like, so whether you are in, I mean, it
is callous.
It's like the game. Man, I've seen people have heart attacks, and I'm interviewing folks.
They need me. Okay, they need me. Do they though? Because the same job that you've been trying to, make sure that works. Guess what? if you didn't come in that day, it's gonna work or it's not gonna work, but the company's still gonna be there. Either way, whether you and your cheap ass was putting the process together through bale, hay, gum, and whatever MacGyver style stuff you was doing. After you leave, they went and bought that tool that actually helped everybody automate whatever was going on in the first place. Or you done burned yourself out. You say, I quit. Guess what? They got 3 people now doing the same job that you was doing with your one job. Now they went and split it out into 3 people that you said that you needed after you was gone.
There you go.
Protect your energy. Hashtag low performance is what Joe says.
Shout out to Joe. He said, luckily I don't do nothing at my job. I'm a low performer. Well, all right.
And that's the thing.
He just
I'm not gonna I'm never gonna tell you not work hard. I'm just saying that keep your eye on the ball and understand what's important. Take care of you. Make sure
your health is important first, because you can't perform a damn thing if you can't walk up a flight of stairs, if you can't go around without profusely sweating. These are things that are we'll say guides that you need to be within your own realm of health to know when something's affecting you. If you get in that room and you start having palpitations, like some, people have panic attacks when they go into work and all this kind of stuff, just be able to compartmentalize. Some of it is meant to make you be in that kind of way. And how are you going to really react to it? Some people hate the fact that some people never sweat when they go into work, and they try to do things purposefully in order to try to fuck with you anyway. But
right.
If you net out,
no, that's real.
Yeah. Why are you always happy and smiling? Why are you?
People hate that. And I tell them all the time. I said, listen, I when I grew up, growing up where I grew up, I had pistols waved at me. I've been shot at. I've had women try to slip Mickeys. I've had women threaten to slice my throat. And you mean to tell me the worst part of my day today is going to be you mean mugging me from a desk? or a phone call with somebody upset about a premium that didn't get paid that they should have paid, and what's going on? And I'm like, everything's gonna be fine. Life is beautiful. Did you wake up with cancer? Oh? Okay, well then sounds to me
but did you die though?
Did you die though? That's just the mentality. So
right. That's
kind of and I have to tell people that all the time. Like, I ain't from the rap hood. I'm from the hood. Right. Yeah, all men is after 7. I can't walk to the mailbox to go to the store. I'm from that area of the world. Like, damn, it's dark now, so damn, I didn't go to the grocery store first. Or I should have got gas when I was in the better area when I was seeing my girl instead of getting gas at home. I'm from that part of the world. So you sitting in your little cubicle, sitting there. I hate that sweater, dang boy. Shit, I love this sweater.
we know and maybe have experience where you in spaces where you can't stop at the red light. You gotta keep coasting through the thing. Like those are things that people take for granted.
And the cops understand.
Right, they do it too.
They like, we ain't stopping. If you would have got shot, we was gonna keep going. We was gonna call the coroner. Not even 911. They call the coroner.
No, he's for real. They don't
come get him. No, I'm from that world. And I even look, I'm from that world where y'all talking about YNs. YNs in my day was 12, 11 outside, with iron. So so that workplace stress, I knows nothing about that. I'm at work like this. Like, you need to tell me I get to do this again tomorrow? Life is beautiful. Seriously. Like, people be like, oh my God, this job's gonna kill me. I'm like, what you gotta go home and do? Go home, the job. I'm like, the job? Okay. You and your first world problem.
Speaking of first world problems, that's a good segue.
First world feet.
Nah. Listen, because people aren't working because they're gonna get a whole bunch of the bags sent to them. Business deals happened without us even being there. So let's talk about where the corporate bosses are hanging out, since we want to talk about bosses. Trump and the U.S. CEOs went to China. What y'all think they want?
You saying it wrong. You gotta say China.
Nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. So this is from yesterday, though. So lots happened since then. But there's some CEOs who travel with President Trump to China to further American business. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at some of these people. CEOs who were there. Qualcomm. Tim Cook from Apple. You know, he never mind. Let me not say what I was gonna say, what he said to these Chinese folks, probably. GE Aerospace. Of course, it wouldn't be a party without BlackRock.
No, they had every party.
Citigroup. NVIDIA. Listen, he basically said, buckle up, Buttercup, because them chips is going in you, on you, and within you. Okay? Visa. Micron Technology. MasterCard. Y'all should be familiar with probably at least 90% of this list. Y'all know Elon weird stuff was going to be there. Y'all already know he said some off the wall kind of joke. You already know that. Boeing. Kind of surprised at that. Blackstone. Cargo. Goldman
Don't be surprised
Sachs.
at that. Boeing sells airplanes. So.
They do sell airplanes. And what I did see on another show earlier was I think there's another is it called air gas? Gosh, what's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. But
Airbus?
Airbus, sorry. Yeah, Airbus is actually who has most of the contracts because how Boeing planes have been kind of, I don't want to say falling apart, but they've had some mishaps. So it would definitely be in Kelly's best interest to slide on over there to go and do that. And I'm not sure what Illumina is, but I'm sure that
Illumina, not Illumina.
It says
Illumina.
It says Illumina.
That's Illumina.
ILL. Yes, Illumina.
Right.
Like illumination, like Illumina. So I'm assuming it's something to do with power.
We used to drive those.
So,
Chevy Lumina.
We used to drive those.
So President Trump said that Xi Jinping said that he agreed to buy more soybeans from the U.S. farmers that have been hurt by the China retaliatory decision to halt purchases. Now, of this list, y'all see anything about some damn soybeans? Y'all see anything? Like, that's what we came out of there with that. Wow. Like, that has got nothing to do with these heavy hitters right here, y'all. Drop some drip. What y'all think? I think it's interesting that we all running around, you know, Congress talking about what all they gonna take time to look. If you ain't getting paid, baby, I'm not getting paid. President Trump, you getting on that plane to China? I'm getting on that plane to China, because everybody has their own best interest in mind. Look at this list. What all do they own? What all stocks are within that? What all businesses are rolled up into them? It's a bigger picture here to be seen. Potentially. I wasn't in the room. That's a whole lot of money on. Are they all on one plane? Tell me they wasn't on one plane.
You got all these mother snakes on this mother plane.
Hey, shit look like the guest list for the Titanic.
You see what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole lot of names on here. I know y'all ain't getting on the same plane. Y'all wild for that. But
like, well, damn, y'all all rode the same plane.
That's crazy.
They do they really have a choice? I mean, when clearly
I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there.
Clearly, there are issues going on with how things are happening in the economy. There needs to be some sort of synergy, is what corporate speak people use, in order for us to make sure that you know, that things are staying on the up and up, especially when it comes to GPUs, because you're trying to sell GPUs to China. They don't even want them. So US CEOs have cozied up in all these photo ops. That means they're betting they can ride both sides of the US and China tension as long as the profits flow. So your job security, though, lives under that handshake. Supply chains, and the quote unquote geopolitics decide where the factory and the office goes. So what's this punchline here? They're not loyal to flags. They're loyal to margins. So we already know what's going on with, we talked about it before in what the Talk Techie side, where may the best, or not even best, may the cheapest man or woman win when it comes to, we'll say, the global marketplace for these jobs. And many of these industries are a part of that. Just look and watch. We also got Mr. 69. Said he made a killing in the market yesterday and today, using them bots to make them trades like he's supposed to.
Man said, I ain't loyal to flags, I'm loyal to bags.
Oh, I had a good segue. I think that might be savage if I use that. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Okay.
I ain't gonna do that.
I take your
I
word.
had one that
we'll
was
leave
good. But I know I'm gonna make somebody mad. I say this. I'm
No,
gonna say it.
just
I'm gonna say it.
No.
I got to. It's right there. I got to do it. Speaking of, I ain't gonna do it. It's a good one though. All right. So speaking of President Trump cozying up in best interest, potential best interest of whom, well, where. Y'all remember he was suing the IRS? He said, listen, what y'all not gonna do is keep playing with me. But I want to do this weaponization fund. What's a weaponization fund, you ask? Let's sit back and see.
Warning a potentially unprecedented settlement between President Trump and the government he runs. Sources tell ABC News the president is expected to drop his $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS in exchange for potential financial compensation for allies that claim they were wrongfully targeted by the Biden administration.
Now, mind you, remember that $10 billion that he said he needed was going to be paid by us. Okay, just keep that in mind.
Deal, which sources caution is not finalized, would use taxpayer dollars to establish a $1.7 billion fund used to settle claims brought by anyone who alleges they were harmed by the Biden administration's so-called weaponization of the legal system. Sources say one group that would be eligible to tap into that are the nearly 1,600 people charged after the January 6th attack on the Capitol. This comes as President Trump is suing the Treasury Department and the IRS for $10 billion in damages over the leak of his tax returns during his first term in office. And after...
Now listen, from his mind, he said, I'm giving you a $9.3 billion discount.
That's $9 billion too goddamn much. I'm not down for this.
I'm being sarcastic. 9.3.
Yeah,
he saw like, because he's like, look, it's only 1.7 billion. I was suing you for 10. It's like
99 and 250. You know,
I'm settling out.
I'm
I'm
being nice. Like what?
Right.
He was pressing his Justice Department to pay roughly $230 million for the investigations he faced during the Biden administration.
It's interesting because I'm the one that makes a decision, right? And, that decision would have to go across my desk. And it's awfully strange to make a decision where I'm paying myself.
According to sources, the commission that would oversee the fund would have total authority on who they hand the money out to, which could amount to an unparalleled use of taxpayer dollars with little oversight. Sources say the president would have the authority to remove members of the commission without cause, and that the commission would not be required to disclose how it runs or its decision-making process. The proposed fund, which could face legal hurdles, would draw its money from a Treasury Department judgment fund, a permanent bucket of federal dollars used to pay court judgments and settlements, sources said. The settlement terms are expected to bar the president from directly receiving payments related to the claims of his lawsuits, but it does not explicitly prohibit entities associated with him from doing so.
Okay, so to me, this is about who's gonna get the money. Dylon. Who's suing it? Who's suing the government? Dylon. Who's running it? Dylon. Getting money from Dylon. Dylon.
So here's the thing about that. First of all, we just leading up to this point, we just talked about how much disgruntled people have been, how really unhappy people are, struggling, trying to have some, even the Senate's trying to have some sense of connection. If you don't get paid, I don't get paid. And he like, that sucks if you don't get paid. But listen, we gonna have somebody I know.
I gotta pay me getting paid.
But
we gonna turn that W upside down.
But if you think about it, like he's saying, I'm gonna protect the people who mess with me. And when he says allies, if January 6th,
it's a form of what? What do you call that? Welfare. That's what you call it.
Could be that too. If January 6th is something that's pinned on him, right, and you want to look better in the history books, in theory, not a bad move on his part to grease the palms of those in which history pertains back to him. They could say, oh, you incited January 6th. He'd be like, but I helped them be on a better path in life later. I gave him some money. You know what I mean? So I see where you're going with that from his perspective of, it's still, in my opinion, selfish to him, but he calls himself being able to say, I did this for these people. I did this for you. Right, I did this for them.
We went and we stormed the Capitol, and now we can't work because now we're infamous because we were famous for it. So we need welfare in order to continue to live. Because companies don't want to be associated with infamous. It's a bad look. Welfare.
Plain Dame, you got anything before we go to the next one?
On his welfare.
How I mean, welfare.
Well, speaking of welfare, you got anything? Because I got something for welfare. If you want to move to the next one,
go ahead. Let's go to the next one.
You sure this one gonna be interesting? I think this was gonna make the. Speaking of welfare, if they had not turned this around, it might be an influx of people on welfare because the U.S. Supreme Court rules that preserving the abortion pill access for now is allowed as other challenges are looming. What am I talking about? So there was a movement recently about you should not be allowed to get the abortion pill via mail. That you should have to, A, it shouldn't even be allowed, but B, you being able to do it in mail will go across state lines. So like, let's say, I want to say Louisiana was one of the states, for example. They don't allow, abortions of a certain amount of time. Well, if you get it from mail from, let's say, Minnesota, from like Minnesota mails it to you, you get in the mail, you bypass their state system. So that's part of the problem here.
She doesn't know if Minnesota does state mail. She's just using it as an example.
Yeah, another state or any state that does not have as strict terms as, let's say, Louisiana. I believe Louisiana was on the list of states. There were 4 states that had a very large issue with it because of the restrictions they have in their state. And so they're like, well, listen, you allowing it to go across state lines, regardless of our laws in the state, you are bypassing our state laws. So that's the real issue here. So let's go ahead and watch this video. And then we got a few other things.
Extended a pause on a ruling that narrowed access to the abortion pill nationwide. Justice Samuel Alito kept the matter on hold until May 14th, meaning mifepristone can still be prescribed via telemedicine and sent by mail, at least for now. The justices are reviewing a request from 2 drug makers to lift a lower court ruling that would roll back those options. A New Orleans-based court of appeals had stepped in on May 1st, reinstating an older rule requiring an in-person visit before the pill can be dispensed. The Supreme Court then put that decision on hold, giving itself more time to consider the case. At the center of the dispute is a 2025 lawsuit from Louisiana. It challenged a 2023 FDA rule that eased access by removing the in-person requirement. Medication abortion accounts for about 2/3 of terminations in the U.S., meaning any change to how it's prescribed could have nationwide impact. The case returns abortion access to the top court, just a few years after its 2022 decision overturning the landmark Roe v. Wade precedent. That ruling triggered near total bans in 13 states, with several
So why are we bringing this up, y'all? Why are we bringing this up? Now, I think this video is a trolling video, but things like this is what people see on the internet. This is what people see on the internet, right? And this enrages folks because this right here, I ain't gonna play too much into this, but this lady wanted a boy and she did not get a boy. And allegedly she took some pills right there at the reveal because it was a girl. And so when people see content like this, right? I'm gonna take it. Content like this is what makes them upset about, like, hey, you made it so easy for them
she
to
did
have
it
access.
while on the dang on.
At the reveal.
Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna cut the audio because it definitely said F my baby daddy, essentially. Now, like I said, this could be trolling.
Yeah.
It could be trolling. I think it might be trolling. And
I
the
would
reason
hope so, but why even do it? You know, like,
well, the reason why I say it might be trolling is because I want to show y'all what the difference. So people be like, oh, they get like a pill and it just works. This lady's gonna actually tell you how it works. So this is why I think it's trolling. And I just want to educate people too a little bit that I think that people like to push people's buttons. Because also keep in mind, miscarriages are 1 in 4 pregnancies. So women, regardless of this, have a chance of basically having a terminated pregnancy involuntary on top of that. So a lot of triggering that can happen, but let's hear what she's talking about.
A lot of people might not know the difference between the abortion pill and the Plan B pill. So we jumped on Planned Parenthood's website to help with the details. They're both called emergency contraception, but Plan B and other morning after pills prevents pregnancy, while the abortion pill, mifepristone, terminates an existing pregnancy. Morning after pills actually prevent ovulation or fertilization if used within 5 days of intercourse.
So let me break that down a bit. Plan B, that's when people have already done it. They know they ain't take all the precautions. They take this pill, boom. The pill is supposed to basically kind of like lubricate. So
shed the lining after the club has been shot up. They take all the curtains down and make sure that none of the kids is allowed to roam inside of the club. The music is shut down.
It's kind of like the Titanic, right? Like how like Titanic was going down and like falling off. It's like kind of like that. Like it's to allow that to actually occur versus the pill is
built the Titanic. It's gonna work.
Whereas the pill is like, imagine that was happening, but then a whole hurricane came and just took the whole boat and everything and just tossed it. So that'd be more like the abortion pill. This is not happening.
Getting breath. The tiny ship was tossed.
Wow. So I'm gonna let her continue this, and then I'm gonna break down why I think that video was capped too.
Taken up to 70 days after the first day of the last menstrual period, mifepristone blocks hormones necessary to prevent pregnancy and is used in conjunction with misoprostol, which
so this is a 2-part thing.
Causes the uterus to empty. Both have been found to be safe and effective.
So let's say she was going to do that. This is what we have to also educate on people just trying to, what they call that, rage baiting. In order for her to do that, that would mean that she had already planned to do this regardless, if that was true, because I think they got to take this together, because the one is to like basically beat a hurricane. The other one is like to prep it for the waves to stop moving, I guess, like for you to stop. Then the hurricane comes type of thing. If she did not stop everything from happening, why would she just take that second part? So we got to also keep this in mind. A, please, please, please stop making stupid content like that, because there's, like I said, 1 in 4 women already have miscarriages. But B, like there are instances where if people like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a reason somebody wouldn't be able to go in person. Like let's say something happened, they disabled or something. Like now we've taken that away from somebody being able to do that. They so chose to do that, I guess. All because we see on the internet, you over here acting a fool. I literally acting a fool. And this is what people think about. So people have their reasons, but having a reason like
doing something like that on the internet is just egregious. So I just want women to do better with the visuals that they have, because that carries on with people, and that's what they think about it. So if you really do want to keep rights and help other people keep rights, please stop making content like that.
And the internet is forever.
It is.
It's forever.
And I think there was a whole other baby in the video. That was her other kid.
Right. Exactly. That's somebody fictitious little sister that you done just did that to with the older sister right in view. So
Right.
like what are you teaching? Wow,
Yeah, give me my damn gift back too. Give me my damn gift back if I went to that baby shower. I want my damn gift back.
Imagine being on the Supreme Court and you see this video and you get to rule on this. Like, this is the impact of this. Even bringing it back to a political or news or social level, they see this.
They're taking our rights.
Speaking of seeing stuff, y'all, we about to report on something that ain't nobody really talking about real quick. Disney Cruise arrested for a massive corn operation. Y'all hear about that?
Mm-hmm.
28 arrested. I believe 26 were cruise workers.
Yeah.
They came and scooped them up.
Operation
ICE was pulling up.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, there you go. 26 suspected crew members from Philippines, Portugal, Indonesia. Like, we talking of said possession, transportation, distribution, and viewing of it. Wild.
So it's a whole ring. Is really
it's a whole ring that ain't nobody really even talking about with it, which is wild. So I'm gonna go to the video. Nobody's really talking about this. Nobody wants to talk about it. So let's hear. Got us a nice little.
Disney cruise ship employees were arrested by Customs and Border Protection agents in connection with a child sexual exploitation materials investigations. Now, according to the Associated Press, CBP said in a statement, authorities boarded 8 cruise ships in late April and determined 27 people, mostly from the Philippines, were involved. The agency said the people arrested are being returned to their countries of citizenship. Disney Cruise Line, in a statement, said the company has a zero tolerance policy for this type of behavior and fully cooperated with law enforcement.
You get caught, you on your own. I never knew you.
Nobody talk about this though.
Ain't that weird?
Very.
Yeah.
And we talk about we're pretty hard on ICE too. Like, I would say as a group, like we're pretty hard on ICE because the way they approach people and so forth. I ain't hear nothing reckless about this. They definitely boop boop, come scoop them, come and get them. And I think everybody would agree this is the types of things that when we talk about people doing criminal activity, come get them out of here. Get out.
No, they should go to jail first and then get out. That's what needs to happen. Not disappear into that's catch and release as far as I'm concerned. You don't get to disappear into the wild after you get caught.
Yeah, let the public hearing commence.
Right.
Let the public hearing commence. Let's see the government come in and discuss that. But you're not gonna hear about that because a multi-billion-dollar company is involved. And bad press and stockholders are looking like, yeah, we don't need that.
That list earlier, that list sure was long. I wonder how many of them got a little bit of that in that company.
Things that make it go,
As we continue to we'll keep an eye on that. Y'all got anything else y'all want to drop on that before I skedaddle off of that? Because there's no laws coming up and no
what I'll do is I'll put a little bit on this because we might even turn into a short at some point just to get the message out there. Disney Cruise exploitation. Disney branded cruise marketed as premium, safe, family fun. The investigation finds dozens of crew across lines, many from one ship tied to child corn networks. That's what we're talking about here, not individual contributors, not people who aren't what do you call it, lone wolf and all of that. But what's really messed up and how I feel like, it's a wolf among sheep is that parents are spending car down payments type money on these vacations. People are Klarna-ing on these vacations. People are doing buy here, pay now, pay later on these vacations, where background checks and oversight have clearly lagged. So what's my bottom line on this one? If a brand can't keep the crew clean, then why are you paying them a fortune to babysit your kids at sea? Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how much it costs. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's like
don't pull up their
$2,000-$3,000.
site. No, you don't want to pull up their site. Like, not on. Yeah, you can just
But
look and see.
it costs like $2,000-$3,000 to go on these.
Oh, it costs
cruises.
more than that. I'm sure.
And I've met people who do like travel agencies, and they book these. They do like bookings, and they've went with their own kids. They love it. So I've heard nothing but good experiences from people. In general, they have like kids club stuff and things like that. But the real question I think that we have that's outstanding is, what departments do these people work in?
Right.
Were you in the kids club? Were you in the kids club? Were you the cleaning crew? Were you one of the characters?
Ooh.
That's what we
But
want.
I'm just saying, like, how, like, well, I already know how people, because on those cruise ships, you check in kids to be watched and all of that kind of stuff, and then you off thinking that everything is on the up and up, and next thing you know, they might be taken off to a corner somewhere and stuff like that. Like, yeah, this is about to piss me off.
Yeah, that's why I'm like their PR team. I have no words.
Yeah. Well, speaking of no words, it ain't just the cruise ships, y'all. We gonna get into
before you talk about that. Joe got a question for you in your feet.
Harry Potter cruise.
Where?
I don't know. They should. You know what? If they had did this with adults on the Harry Potter cruise, it would have been a little different. But this ain't it. They want to go on a Disney cruise specifically for PDF filing. It's crazy.
Man, I ain't trying to float on nobody's Azkaban and shit. I can't do it.
Because people in the Harry Potter be into their own stuff. They gonna have a whole wizardry ball and whatever else. That actually might be kind of dope for them. But
don't invite me to that. That's all I'm saying. Because like I'm cool with a theme in one place. That way I can escape. I really wouldn't be able to manage that mentally if I was just surrounded by that full time. I go damn crazy. I wouldn't be able to do it because then I have all these random adults that are just in character, rightfully so. That's what you went there. You went there to do that. But if
that's what you went there for.
When I go on a cruise, I eat, sleep, do some other things that adults do. And then I sleep some more. Because I like the water. I like a balcony. I like the wind blowing. And if I hear other people going, whatever the hell else is going on, that probably sound like Star Wars more so than, someone doing a Oedipus Rexcum or whatever the hell. But yeah, I digress. You see?
Oh my goodness. You know what? I can't even segue into what we was going to even talk about like this because I can't. We about to get into dad rights. And you over here talking about sliding into your broom into. Oh my goodness!
That Horcrux.
Switching gears. Switching gears. Let's talk about grandparents' rights.
He trying to make some grandparents with that. That's what. Somebody about to be some grandparents tonight.
I'm gonna start this, and then I'm gonna start another video and tell you what ends up happening and give you the cliff notes as well. So
I think there's something here that I can find. Scott Nasso says he's been in survival mode ever since his wife died 2 years ago, locked in a legal battle over grandparents' rights with his late wife's parents.
This is about parents' rights. Being a grandparent doesn't give you inherent rights to your grandchildren.
Scott.
Now, before he continues, what y'all think? Do you think that grandparents have inherent rights? Yes, no, maybe so.
Not really. Not really.
No. In some states, they do. And we'll get into what state he's in, because the state he is, they do. But some states, they don't. So we'll get into why this is a battle.
His wife, Sherry, was diagnosed with breast cancer, enduring rounds of chemo and radiation. After they thought she was in remission, the two got married and had a little girl named Layla via surrogacy. In 2023, Sherry started feeling unwell again.
Her parents kept telling her her symptoms were related to Prozac withdrawals. I'm a layperson, I'm not a doctor. I believed it. I know she believed it. I really thought that was it.
Court records showed text messages between Sherry and her parents, Gila Korshand and Siavash Garishi, both doctors. When Sherry complained about her symptoms, they told her she didn't need to see another doctor. She needed to wait it out. Scott says he believed his in-laws at first.
So he's mad. That's he's mad.
Yeah, he's
Yes, he's mad.
He also blames them. Basically.
Yeah, you already see where this is going.
Yeah.
You got that already. You see where that's going. So yes, he is mad. He does blame the grandparents for his wife's death. Now, let me fast forward. There are text messages. She went to she like told him like, hey, I don't feel good, yada, yada, yada. And they're like, take mad pill, take this. I prescribed you. So her father was prescribing her medicine, which is illegal and looked down upon, either illegal / looked down upon, depending on the state. But you're not supposed to do that.
At all.
Conflict. You're not supposed to do that. And so he was prescribing her medication. Eventually, the husband was like, look, go talk to our other friend's dad. They're a doctor. So talk to them. And they were like, listen, this is not looking right. You need to go to the ER. She goes to the ER. They find out she's really sick. They found her, she had a tumor in her brain tumor. And then she went into a coma, and then she died. So he blames them because she had been telling them for a long time about this, and they kept telling her she was okay. So that's actually why he blames them, to give more context. Now, even though he blames them, that does not stop the law from lying. And they said, we still have grandparent rights.
Evidence turned out to be
My wife called me lazy
because grandparent rights. And so they're going to get into this evidence that they provided. They had audio that they secretly recorded him.
Are they in a one-party state doing these damn recordings like this?
That I don't
conversation that Sherry's provided, where Scott is talking to some family friends.
You're not here to like spy on me or record what I'm telling you. As it turned out, they weren't.
Then you said no.
Had thought that
no,
this
we're not here for that.
tape was actually going to help their case. But in the end, the judge said that it did the reverse.
That meant the case was dismissed. Victory for Scott. No visitation for Sherry's parents.
The judge didn't make any determination about whether Scott's allegations about the grandparents' involvement in Sherry's death were true or not. But that would be in a different court for a different judge.
Yeah, he said that ain't got
This
nothing to do with
litigation
me.
has put us in a hole.
No, they in
that is
family
so
court. They not in criminal court.
financially deep. I don't know what to do.
It costs a lot.
Yeah, over $500,000. It's all I can do right now to afford the mortgage. You know, I've had some friends set up a GoFundMe for Layla and I to help.
Sherry's father closed his practice and her mother resigned from her job. Both have let their medical licenses expire. They have a couple more weeks to decide whether they will appeal the judge's decision. They had no comment to ABC News.
Now, to give more context, something happened after after the wife died, they washed the baby, the little girl, and he walked in and they had allegedly they were shooting the baby up with something.
Oh hell
And
no! Okay,
yeah,
yeah, then it's done.
so he was like,
It's
nah,
done.
and they're like, well, the baby had the coop. The dad was like, the grandpa was like, I'm trying to help her because she's got the coop, and he like, you not allowed to administer drugs to her. I'm her dad. And he's like, well, I didn't know that. I'm a pediatrician, so why would I not be able to administer drugs? He like, there's laws. Like, what do y'all do? He said, so that's when he took it away. He took her away.
They would have had the laws to stop me from whooping grandpa's ass. Cause I mean, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not doing that. You didn't even talk to me about it, and I still would have been cool with it. No. We already on the outs because you already know how I feel about the whole situation with my wife. Now you're gonna think you're gonna do that?
So they were just crazy.
They're in Rhode Island, by the way.
Granddad,
Rhode
you about
Island,
to get these hands, Granddad. We
And they're in
going
Rhode
right outside.
They are in Rhode Island, and Rhode Island does in fact have grandparents' rights. But the grandparents never said that like the dad was unfit or anything like that. That was never an issue or anything like that. It was up to him to show that grandparents, correct,
Yeah.
and that's what he was proving.
Granddad better get fit because Granddad about to go out and do a rumble in the damn farmland because ain't nothing but farm out there.
You was being nice, even taking him outside. I'm cracking his ass right next to the medicine cabinet. I'm gonna get 2-piece right there. I'm about to give you a shot in your ass. Bing, bing. He laying him right out. I get some penicillin. Throw a little bit of tussin.
Big, it's crazy. So I bring this up because we try to talk about dad's rights a little bit. Nobody really talks about dad's rights. We had talked about Brett Fairley. I don't think Brett Fairley's in jail anymore. He's somebody else who has father's rights out here fighting the court system and everything. It is a wild, wild place, y'all. We have just covered how financially people are struggling. We've covered how people, are struggling to even have children or don't want to have children. Now we got people who got kids. You got to worry about going on a cruise line or leaving them with the grandparents. You're going to be at the crib making food on your own in your own garden at this point. Because, baby, this is wild.
Talking about a village, and all of that. But what if you don't want this damn village? So, you got grandparents' rights battles that really expose how fragile the village is when it comes to relationships and when it collides with courts and court rulings. So we get into, it's called Munchausen, right? So Munchausen by proxy story.
I have a video of that. He said that he believed it was Munchausen syndrome as well. Yeah, I didn't get into that. But we gonna go into rewind and rethink, y'all, because we gonna keep on with the parent narrative. Because baby, these grandparents, these parents, beyond ones. Let's talk about a 529. Y'all saw it in the thumbnail. You're like, I don't know what's going on with that. Well, let me show you what is going on with this.
My parents had set up a 529 plan for me when I was young, which I ended up using to pay for the majority of my undergrad and grad schooling. Recently, my parents paid them back roughly $114,000 for the money that I used from my 529 plan.
What? Is that the money they put in, or was that the balance of the account?
That was the balance of the account.
Okay,
That's wild.
This is they don't even understand math.
Now, what were you saying before I continue this? So that was cool. They
want her to pay the compounded interest in.
He about to get into the math. He about to get into this math. Okay.
Yeah, they probably put in over that time. They might have put in 25,000. That would be.
Here we go. He said they may. He about to get into. He said they may have put in 30 grand. We about.
Yeah, I was gonna say
like, math. You ready?
They may have put in 30 grand that grew to 114, and now they want you to pay the 114. They want you to cover the compound growth that costs them nothing.
Was this ever the plan? Like, had this ever been stated to you ever at any point?
Now, before she tell you, but look though. So we just talked about this is the connection. This is a segue, baby. Shoot your kids up. God, you can't trust them on the boat, on a plane with your grandparents. Now grandparents. aka your parents. We didn't skip back to your parents. They said, listen, I'm going to invest in you, baby. And that compound interest, I need all of that. Baby, I need all of that.
Like, instead of paying the government for your student loan,
pay me.
Pay me.
I'm Uncle Sam. They said, who am I? Sam.
Yesterday's
Like,
price
damn.
is literally not today's price.
Not
Like,
today. Not for you. Not for you, Lily. You
say
got.
I'm just gonna say that 30 grand that I put in is now worth 180 grand. I'm gonna need that back.
She said, "What did I miss? What did I
Everything
miss?"
apparently. You used the money. You didn't have to use the money. You took it out, right? I just put it in. You didn't know that contract that you signed in crayon.
Oh,
back
wait. No, she about to get into that because they're gonna be like, Lily, baby, where is my money? Okay, here we're about to get into that. You ready? Right, here we go. Y'all ready? She about to tell you
I'm
how
Pooh Shiesty with this one. You're gonna have to get it back.
That
in
you would have to
blood.
pay this back.
So she asking, did you ever think you have to pay us back? She about to tell y'all what happened. Here we go. Ready? Let's go.
My dad is a lawyer, so naturally he had created a promissory note.
Oh, damn, Dad.
These boomers crazy as hell. I don't care nobody says.
Damn.
Savage Dad. It's Savage Dad. Savage Dad. Damn.
Nah, he's Superman Savage Dad. That's what's going on with that. My goodness. Y'all
God.
ready? Oh, she gonna get into it. Let's go.
And you
they had me
signed it?
sign it before. Yeah, before I was.
Okay,
I went to
have you
school.
read this note now as an adult?
Yes.
And
I
what does the
have.
fine print say?
I promised to pay my parents all sums paid to me for my secondary education. When I was signing it, I kind of understood it more as like my requirement.
You know
to
what?
Be able
Let
to
him
receive help
take
from my
you to
parents.
court. I think this would be a hilarious
Yeah.
way to end the relationship with his daughter. What a way to go.
Yeah. Like, are you not his daughter for real? Are you adopted? Are you part of like some? Is your daddy the milkman, and he want his money back?
He dated. He said, "That's not my baby though. That's not my baby though."
I wonder if he told her, Santa Claus didn't exist when she was 2 years old or something. Like, by the way, them gifts that I bought, I need all that back too. That's not the promissory note. That's the credit. You've been on a credit card this whole time. Yeah,
He wanted a
you got that
son.
right. You look like your damn mama. I'm gonna need all that back.
He wanted a son.
That is ridiculous. She probably said, "What you going to school for, baby? Basket weaving. All right, I don't need you to sign this promissory note."
Right. I'm sorry, that 10,000-year-old dead romantic language ain't gonna get this money back. So sign this contract.
Go ahead and sign this back. Because I signed up for law school. That's what this money was for.
Right.
Did you take pre-law? No. Did you take pre-med? No. I'm gonna need you to sign this. Will you take
Drop
art?
some drip in the comments, y'all. Do
Art
y'all
history?
like drop some drip in the comments, y'all? Let us know. Here's my thing.
You can pay it back. That's really what it is.
Who?
I know you can't pay it back. You living in my basement.
I'm trying to understand, like,
give me my money.
Your parents, like, you can't even be like, listen, can I get on an income driven prepayment plan?
No.
Because with your
I'm driving
grandkids,
your income.
They're like them kids, like, whoa, not your grandkids. Like, I needs my money.
They need to eat a meal at home anyway.
Top Raymond. I don't give a fuck if you love me. I don't give a fuck if you like me. You gonna sign this contract, baby.
Yeah, but I mean, talking about the 529 though. Yeah, so like, the owner controls the 529. Nothing in the rules says that the kid owes the money back.
No,
So you turn
that's
in
why
a-
he had her sign that promissory note. He said, but
Right.
You do. He said, but you do.
turning that into a tax advantage gift into like a personal loan flips the script from I've invested in you to you owe me for existing. Give me more money. If your parents want to return, that's not a scholarship. It's a family-run loan shark.
He said, "Yeah, baby. I love you so much. I love you. I believe in you. I believe in you. I know you're gonna pay me back. I know you're gonna pay me back."
This is a good one.
Yeah, she owes Sally Mae and Daddy Mae. She do.
My goodness. Yeah, this one's a diabolical one. I think this one takes the cake because, I mean, you think like you go through all of this and we talk about people who give their children all the advantages because that that they can, and I've worked hard, so or the family put a trust together for education, and then you turn around and you do this. Like it's like the evil lurks, going on with this one. My goodness. Damn.
I mean, and it's crazy because you got to worry about that, and then we about to get into this, y'all. We about to go to actions have aftermath. I know. Who can you trust, y'all? You can't trust your family. You can't trust the Disney cruise ships. So can you trust your email and AI? What y'all think? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
You're going to follow these instructions and fix it right. It doesn't take long. Big shout out to Ivanka for sharing this information. Now, guys, apparently Google is allowing AI to be able to scan all your emails, all the documents that's attached to these emails, everything you sent or received in your account can be scanned by AI. But we're going to do what we need to do to rectify that. Let's go do it right now. All right, you're going to want to go to this little gear right here. Click on that. Then go to see all settings. Then scroll down until you get to turn on smart features in Gmail.
Now, before he continues to go down this, let me tell you the dangers of some of this and why it's actually have aftermath. A lot of people are like, your action is this. I want things to be easier for me. Convenience.
Convenience.
But guess what? It comes with the price. Yes, it comes with the price. Your price it used to be an evolution. We're going to have a whole show on this, but the evolution of the convenience used to be, I get you in a place to market to you. Then it was data. Now they're just stealing your whole stilo at this point. It's literally going in and saying, I'm going to take everything I know about you. It's scanning your pictures, your documents. If you made a book, baby, it's got the book. It's got everything that's in there.
Scanning your life.
Is scanning your life, and it can very well make a replica of it if it so wanted to, or to suggest something similar to someone else. If you'd like to know more about how that works, come check me out at Talk Techie to Me. But in the meantime, for all of y'all, please follow this. He's going to show you how to reduce your exposure to having things taken from you without you really knowing. So that is the point of sharing this with y'all, to give y'all a little bit of this drip. So once again, this is for
the thing
Gmail.
is that in a minute you're gonna sign the terms and conditions anyway. That's gonna allow for them to do this stuff without you knowing anyway, whether you use the service or not. You're on the platform. So only thing that you can do is move to a different platform that states that it's not going to do said thing. Whether it's Proton Mail or whatever else.
But for now, y'all got Gmail, so go ahead and turn this off.
Right there. What you're going to want to do is click that so it's off, and they'll say turn off and reload. Click on that. It reloads your email. We're almost done. You're going to go back to that gear. Click on that gear. See all settings. And then you're going to scroll back down. Another one you want to says Google Workspace Smart Features. Yup. You're going to click on Manage Workspace Smart Feature Settings. And then unclick both of these. Hit save. Hope this helps. Make sure you send this out to everyone you know. We do not want to gatekeep this type of information. We got to make.
Yeah, so that's me also. We over here making sure we don't gatekeep as well. There's a lot of people who are unaware, and maybe you don't care, and that's okay too. But don't say our daily drip show didn't tell you about it.
Joe's going back to CompuServe.
Wow. Too bad they got rid of AOL.com, huh?
I still got my AOL account.
They left the emails?
Yeah, I still got my old
my
first
goodness.
email. Still got it.
So y'all, we got
my grandma on it right now.
We got options.
Me and grandma going back and forth on AOL.
So we got options for this next one, y'all. We can either do we can talk about Drake. Or we can talk about some stocks. What y'all want to do?
And Drake is kind of like the stock right now, ain't
he? He popping right now. So y'all want to do a little bit of that Drake real quick, and we'll get into why Drake is relevant. So if you've been living under, that's the drip. This is gonna be our last. Oh my gosh, not Joe saying that. That's wild. No,
I appreciate you, Joe, for knowing how to have etiquette on these, that we can put it up for the people.
Oh my goodness. Oh no. So Drake, if you are familiar with pop culture, Drake is an artist, a musical artist who dropped, what was it, last night? 3 albums? He dropped 3 albums last night, y'all.
12 a.m. yesterday. 3 albums. He fulfilled his contract with Universal Music Group, and he broke the internet. Basically, he set a Spotify streaming record for first day streams. No one's topping it at this point. Yeah, actually, right now,
him and Michael Jackson, right after Michael Jackson.
I see.
He occupies.
That made a resurgence.
Yeah, it did. He occupies 19 spots on the Billboard charts right now, out of the 20. It's kind of crazy. And where it is too, apparently he got an offer from a private equity firm for $2 billion. Now that
to hold on to his
he'll hold on to all his masters, and they will act as his partners, pretty much, in helping him put out his music.
All right.
Crazy.
Why is this relevant? Now, if y'all haven't been relevant to the beef that was going on, he and Kendrick Lamar had a little bit of beef going on where they were taking personal attacks at each other. And because of that, there became very much a great divide of Kendrick and Drake supporters, right? And Drake ain't really dropped nothing really since. He said, "Oh, okay, I'm about to starve y'all out." Now
he had a couple singles that he like leaked off.
Yeah, but he didn't.
What did I miss? Been out for a little bit.
That was all last year. He went 10 straight months without dropping nothing, and the game was affected. It's kind of crazy. The Drake effect was real.
So he drops this album, and the relevance of why it's invest in yourself is he needed 3 more albums to be done with. Was it y'all gotta have to help me?
Universal Music Group.
Yeah, you're gonna have to help me with that one. This is gonna be more so y'all ain't to mine, because I
clearly she does not listen to rap. It's all good. She is not from the ghetto. Is that what we talking about?
I am not.
And neither are the people that listen to rap. So
but that does not mean that, I was gonna say, that does not mean that you don't listen to rap. But I'm not a musician type of person. So the record labels have layers to it, from my understanding. Publishing and just the owners and stuff like that. And so when you pull back some of the onion,
don't do that. It's mechanical rights. Those are people who
well, they go ahead and do it then.
Production rights, and those are the people that produce the song, and then you have other credits that are done with the distribution part of it. If people are in ASCAP or was it BMI, those are the agencies that recoup your funds for you and try to take count of the streams that are going out or the radio plays that happen, so that you can get your money as an artist. So I think that's important for people who are out here independent and may not know that you do qualify to be a part of those talent agencies. If you have songs, make sure you get your mechanical rights. If people put stuff up on all these platforms for free, and that like you get paid on the other end. So make sure that you get paid for your intellectual property. The end.
Thanks. Thank you. This is not. Thank you for explaining that. So Drake ain't been happy because he did feel like UMG was in on trying to big up Kendrick in some ways, right? Like, okay, cool. So y'all want to push this out, or maybe the game think that they want that. Cool. I'm gonna go chill. Well, there's some potential financial impact to someone as large as Drake by choosing that, because unless those other artists are going to pick it up, which I mean, I think obviously, like Taylor Swift is someone we were talking about that would be someone who was making money on that. And Taylor Swift is huge. Like, don't get me wrong, but Taylor Swift about to go ahead and get married and start her whole family thing. So the money they was making on that, it's about to be limited, y'all. Drake ain't getting married, according to him. You ain't got to worry about it. He's a good bet. So this is the Iceman. Is that just it right here?
Yeah, that's not the cover, but yeah, that's basically the article. Okay, but bottom line is this: they counted that man out. You had a whole record label double dipping because they played both sides of the fence with two of the largest artists in music on the hip hop side, and they basically what happened, which was allegedly there was a lot of botting going on with things that went on as far as the streamings and things of that nature. And that article you have up right there, Universal apparently was in trouble. So they actually sold off a lot of their shares. And Bill Ackman came in and put a bid in on 64 billion to 6.4 billion. Depends on what article you're reading and what you're looking at. But music has been in trouble. And Drake's basically him actually taking the break hurt the music industry because no hip hop music was charting like that for a while. He still was the most streamed artist of this year and part of last year, believe it or not, without really dropping anything, which is insane.
So what's going to happen is
hold on. Joe asked about the workout playlist. Hit us up on the email, and I'll make sure I send you the link for it. So he's talking about what Bandcamp and how do you like it?
Bandcamp need to break the damn internet. If you fat and you listen to Bandcamp, I guarantee you in 6 months. And I'm not a fitness person to tell you this, but I'm just saying it works. It be preaching to you. Bandcamp is accountability on steroids without the damn steroids. Yeah.
So let's get into this and why it's like so significant though when it comes to like the game. I got a few things I want to talk about when it comes to this. So, it's really proven that he could sit out, 2 solo albums for about 2 years, and then he can create a global event by dropping like this. It tells you how top heavy streaming is, and very few people can even pull this off. And so like it really shows how everyone else is fighting over scraps when it comes to this. And labels and platforms will watch the numbers and try to copy the model after this, because we already know how people try to make fetch happen. And you're not gonna do nothing but saturate a bunch of bullshit. But you drip content how we do with our daily drips, and then you dump a bundle of projects to juice the Q2 and the Q4 numbers, and it's not necessarily making better music. And after the hype wears off of this, that's probably what's going to be the feedback anyway, is that You know, like we glad that you did it, but you done put a bunch of, you know, no names and bumpers within, you know, all of this, and you could have just came out with better music and had a full album of bangers or whatever. Then,
which,
you know,
and to be totally transparent with you, that's my theory, is that he put this stuff out. This is stuff that was just sitting in his hard drive. He just put album covers together for it and arranged the music a certain way just so he can hurry up, fulfill this contract, because I feel like he got some slappers coming on this next joint. It's gonna have to be, because now it's all on him, you know. So that's the biggest takeaway for me. Not to mention this whole rollout, the stacking of the ice bricks and the Iceman stuff that he was doing and all of that, those episodes, he cashed out on all of that himself. Universal didn't cut one check towards his rollout. They didn't even know what he was doing. They were just done with Drake at that point, between the lawsuits and all that stuff. They were just done.
but he has enough money in order to be able to do something like that. Your normal artist doesn't. So if you're a smaller creator, what's the lesson in it for you? The lesson isn't drop 3 albums. The stockpile that you got should be high quality, and it should be high quality work. And then you drop it into a moment that you engineer. That's what you should pull from this. So if you engineer, great, but not just a date on the calendar. So for Drake, you know, you can drop 3 albums like this. For him, it's leverage now, because what Dame got into was like, now people say, oh, he's back, he's the man. Let me go and put some money in his hand. But as a regular artist, dropping 3 albums at once is just gonna get you 3 times ignored. So unless you built that funnel first, like he's built over time. So that's what I want a normal artist to get out of this.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll say this too. Without the backing of a certain label, I think his counterpart, his nemesis, can't do this. He can't. But
you can't do 3 albums of Kendrick at once. No.
He cannot do this. But what he is doing is rumored that he's dropping his project, which is supposedly titled Giant. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to be the new hype within the next. I give it another 3 weeks, and Kendrick drops something, because he's been hinting. He deleted everything off his Instagram. He deleted Not Like Us and other music videos and reposted them without any views. I guess to prove a point that he can run his streams back up. I don't know what that was about, but that lawsuit is still going. They restarted it, actually. So we'll see how that plays out. So what may happen is Drake may end up getting a check from Universal just to drop the lawsuit, and then on top of that, take on a even bigger check outside of music from a private equity firm. They talking $2 billion. There's been another rumor, $2.8 billion. It's crazy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with this. We'll be watching.
Young Money done.
Young Money is now middle-aged money.
Young Money
old
is
money.
Pawpaw money at this point. They almost want to be somebody's grandparents for real. They ain't got kids that old, but they're old enough to have kids that have kids.
Right.
Sure, I'm sure Wayne probably old granddaddy age, because
I don't think he has any grandkids yet though. Cause like Reggie don't got no kids. Ooh, Reggie ain't got a baby. Reggie ain't got no baby. She ain't got no baby. Don't be doing that, Reggie.
Why you have to do that?
Ain't got no
baby. Like you from. She ain't got no baby. What? You got some crawfish over there somewhere? She ain't got no baby.
Shout out to New Orleans, man. That's a great place. I need to go
funny.
back. I need to go back. It's on my list. If I get a chance to go, I'm going. One of my friends is in New Orleans right now. I hope she having a good time. All right, y'all. That's the show for tonight. Appreciate y'all dripping with us with this late night drip. We talked on a lot of different things. We definitely sprinkled in some things I haven't heard about, especially like the Disney thing. And hopefully that y'all found some stuff that will resonate with you. See if it impacts you, somebody else, especially with the content. And that's why you should share it with 2 people you like and someone you don't. If you haven't hit that like button, you might as well go ahead and do that. Once again, y'all, I am your co-host, Jim Jones, the hostess with the mostest. And along with me is my co-host, Plain Dane. And in the background is Cassius Pay, y'all. So we'll see y'all again next Friday night, 11:30 p.m. EST. We'll see y'all every Friday. Drop some drip in the comments. Check out the old videos and let us know where you're from and the community tab as well. We'll see y'all next Friday.
Hold on, you can't forget our other hosts. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Joe. He be here consistent.
And I'm Joe.
Consistent.
I love it. Get a camera, dog. You got to join us at one of these shows. You got to jump in.
Goodness. Joe got me over there like this.
Ooh, we got her feet out.
Thanks for showing up, Joe. And
she got them sandals on with the baby oil.
Oh my goodness. We'll see y'all again next Friday night, 11:30 p.m. EST.
Yeah.
Our daily drip
stay
show.
tuned. Stay tuned for the 2 a.m. show, Shiny Souls, hosted by.
Right.
We might have a pop-up
Shiny Souls.
We might have a pop-up show tomorrow night. We pop up some Friday night. So if you're all around, check us out. We out of here. Bye.
Peace.
City lights, close shadows dance. Jim and Dame got the vibe, got the stance. Cassius pay, bring the bass, make it last. Drip, drop, drip, drop, smooth as glass. Late night, whispers in the air. Feel the rhythm already there. Drip, drop, our daily flow. Drip, drip, Jam and Dame, you already know. Drip, drop, watch the city.